promoting internal HR initiatives and project management initiatives where you want a little bit more widespread access, I would really put together a passionate map for Barb, because she's the one who can bring that to the board to authorize a, it's essentially it's a $200 cost to access the SLA, but she can approve those requests, and I think that's what I would encourage everybody to do. And then meanwhile, we'll continue negotiating with Taylor Protocols and looking at how they can give you better access to data at a more affordable, through a more affordable process than they currently are structured to meet.
All right, thank you so much. One last question, and that is, when is the project manager map due?
For any of the project managers who are currently enrolled through a university program, any of you working with Barbara and I, the map, we will be working with you. A lot of you have got a class coming up this weekend. That's going to be the focus of your weekend learning. So I believe you guys will be working in teams to produce some of those maps so that they're ready for next week. Otherwise, for your credit participation, you ultimately have until the end of the term for the project managers that are taking a class for graduate credit.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. There was one more question or one more statement saying I didn't understand the scores, but I'm not sure what that means, the scores. If you could elaborate, that would be. Oh.
So the core value index scores, okay. The best first place to start is going to be if you found yourself passionate about the CVI. You remember SLA membership, there's a lot there. You've got video blogs, to the team builder, the IE. So if you, after engaging the SLA membership site, if you find passion and an interest in that tool, I would encourage you to use the learning guide that you're provided and use the same process to really going through a comprehensive review of the CVI handbook. There's enough information there on the scores. Again, keep in mind that is part of their program, that when you go through to earn certification, if you're in the business of connecting business-to-business negotiations, or if you're in coaching, the CPC, they've gone through the accreditation process, so that way they can be eligible providers for those certifications. And in that class, they go through and essentially get you trained and certified to do the CVI readings, where those scores become very important. So they speak to a lot of it in that handbook. It's about 200 pages, and I would say that would be a great holiday read to really be focused on over the next couple of weeks, because I think you will find enough understanding on the scores and what they mean. And you may, if you find you're further passionate about it, like I said, I think by January they will have opportunities to go through their certification, earn, for example, the CPL designation. But that's, those are 60-hour-long training experiences with about 100 hours worth of application to earn that recognition. So that's for somebody who's really found that there is a business value to being in a position to conduct those CVI analysis. Again, that's a lot of the information that will be rolling out by January as Taylor Protocols sort of restructure some of their educational packages.
All right. So I'm thinking, I think that was the last of the questions, and that did answer the question. Thank you, Paul. And we've got a reflection statement here and from Michelle, and talking about what's the difference between coaching someone in a work situation and someone in a personal aspect. And I'd have to say only the focus of the questions would be different, where you would focusing possibly on a work situation as opposed to focusing on a relationship situation. So the function or the system of coaching that you learned is the same. The system is about staying in the question and finding out where they want to go, and then helping them get clear on it, develop a plan, and take the action steps. That's pretty much it, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're coaching on. The questions are pretty much the same. The methodology, the system's the same. So It is a good thing. And you know, do you need a business plan? Yes. If you're going to go outside and coach people and get clients, yes, absolutely, you're going to need a business plan to do that. And okay, so that's kind of enough of that, because I want to get into the good stuff. I know everybody's ready to talk about their message and the enrollment conversation, but quickly I want to talk about the map. I think everybody has a sample of the map somewhere, and I'm going to see if I can pull one up. That would be really great if I could get one on the screen. If somebody's got one, if you want to put your hand up and I'll show your screen, that would be great. In the meantime, I'm going to search for one.
It's available on the last page of the handbook. I know it's there.
Okay, that's just a matter of me finding that document too. Maybe I can go into the system. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. I got too many things open here. Well, I do have, I don't say too many things. I have a lot of things open, but that's because I can. So let me see if I can find the, move the questions out of the way. That'll help. I want to look for the document, and I got to get into here and go. I'm sorry. So Paul, you said it's in the last page of the strategic.
Yeah, in the class, under the library, under their class resource document that they're supposed to be completing in conjunction with the syllabus. It's on the last 2 or 3 pages of that document, I believe, is where we pulled it up last week.
Got it. Okay, hold on a second. Last page. Well, there's a lot of references on the last page. The Strategic Learning Guide for Coaching, is that the one you were talking about? Okay, I've got something here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to make this so we can all see it. You're right. We did have this up. Okay, so here's the here's a map. This is a one-time template of a personal map, and okay, I don't want to install updates. Can I just scroll down? Okay, yes, I can. Oh God, sorry. Okay, so this is the map. This is another map. This is what's called a Gantt chart here, the one with all the dots and the lines. And here's another one for this is another map for learning and career development. Okay, so since this is kind of the topic that we're talking about, it looks like a good one to use. What you're going to note from your client when you're able to talk to them, and this is what you're going to be creating, and here's the great thing. You have an opportunity, if you first engage somebody with the IE or the CVI tool or both, if you engage somebody with them, you already have a sense of who they are because you know what their passion is based on their core values. Okay, I mean, it would be pretty clear to identify what they would be passionate about by using the core values, which is great. But when you're working with them, and when you're sitting there and doing in the enrollment conversation, you're going to be asking them what are their goals. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, first of all, you want so everybody's familiar with the map. We don't really need to review this, right? I just want you to know that this is one of your tools that you're going to use when you're having your enrollment conversation, because you're going to take notes on what their goals are and what they want to do with their life, so that you can talk to them in their language, and you can speak to their, oh my goodness, you can speak to their why. All right, let's see. Okay, I just had to eliminate the background noise. We're good now. So everybody, I just want to check. Everybody has, oh, thanks, Julia. So he says page 29. If I'd only looked up, I would have seen that. So I'm in the question area. Everybody's good with the map, right? You know what the map is about. It's about finding out what people want to do, when they want to do it by, and creating an action items and action steps to make it happen, right? With the enrollment conversation, you're definitely going to want to listen to what those goals are. Okay. May saying, do you need to include all the planning, seeing, doing, and getting leading for the tactical objective section, or just the planning phase? Okay, in the enrollment conversation, you're not even going to get to the planning phase. So for this purpose, no. What you need to do is be taking notes for what it is that are their goals and where they want to go, what they want to do, what it's going to look like for them when they get it. And here, what's one of the most important things we talk about in class is the why. Why do they want to do it? Because that's how you're going to motivate them. And you asked, how do you motivate somebody, James? Find out their why. Find out why they are, maybe not why they're sitting on the couch, but find out their why. What are they passionate about? What do they want to do? What lights them up? And if it's sitting on the couch watching TV every night really does it for them, then, I don't know. I don't know about that. But if you could plant a seed with them, and I've done this a lot of times with a lot of people, because I've known intuitively that there's been something in somebody's heart. They've had a direction that they wanted to go, and they haven't had the courage to get there. And so I'll plant the seeds. Well, you could do this. You'd be great at this. You would really enjoy doing this, because you know it for them, right? And this is not coaching. This is this is motivating based on because you love somebody and you want them to get up off the couch and you want them to get out there and make a difference in the world because you know they'd be great at it. You know that they're missing out on life. Life is passing them by while they're watching TV. So as a motivator, you want to find out, wouldn't it make you feel good? What would make you feel good? So you stated a question, James. What would make you feel good? What would make you light up? What could you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning talking about? If I had a magic wand, what would you do right this minute? And then you've got them starting a conversation about where their passion is, and then you can go from their passion to and why is it important to you? That's the next question. Why is this really important to you? And then you've got them, because if you know what is important to them, you can keep reminding them why it's important to them to keep going. Okay. Great questions, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so now we know the map. Everybody's clear on the map. Just give me a couple of yeses. Everybody's clear on the map. You know what you're going to be using it for during this process. And give me a yes, please, on the responses. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. 3, that's good. 4, yay. Okay, so now let's talk about the message. Your message. Your message. A lot of people think that they don't have any value. I mean, I think the majority of us undervalue our own talents and our own gifts. And all of us, at least on this call, I believe, want to help others. We want to help others. We want to inspire them. We want to motivate them. We want to get them to really be living a life that they love. Now, when we talk about having a message, there's a reason that you want to do that. So I'm going to ask you now, what is your reason for wanting to help people? In your heart, not in your head, but in your heart, what is the reason that you want to help people, whether it's help them get a job, help them have a better understanding of life, or help them make a transition from one career to another, help them get into a career? I mean, what is your reason for wanting to help people? And I want to, if you can put a couple of those answers in the chat box, that would be great. Because what we're doing here is you have a lot of experience in your life. You have a lot of life experiences that have been hard to get through. All of us have had successes and failures. And we've all had our life lessons. And we all have a story. And sharing our story, our why, is what is going to attract people to us. So you need to know what your why is. And let's see, I have true purpose. I feel the calling to help others. That's awesome. Okay, so that's within you. So if you were to state that in a message, it would be, I am called to, this is my true purpose. I am called to help you And then that would be the first part of your message. May says, to help them live a life they love and enjoy. I have been gifted to survive trauma and thrive as a powerful person, and I want to help others achieve trust and confidence in their own innate power. That's beautiful. I want to help people because I wish someone had helped me when I needed it, so I know I can make a life better for someone by inspiring them to do what is important in life. That's beautiful. So these are great, great messages that you're going to be giving to your audience. I want people to go for their passion because in the past I hadn't gone for my passion, and once I did, I found out how exhilarating it is. I want to help other people do the same thing. I don't want people to struggle like I did. Finding my purpose and fulfilling their life's calling is something that I want for others. I feel my gift is to see the good in other people and help them see it in themselves. So helping others to see their good, to recognize their value and their worth. Okay? Giving back. I'm called to give back. I've received so much, I'm called to give back. I want to help. I feel my gift is good to see in other people. Oh, wait. I feel my gift is to see the good in other people and help them see it in themselves. Nice. That's a beautiful thing. Providing tools, resources to others in the hope that they can utilize them to improve the quality of their life. That's beautiful. So you're there to support them to improve the quality of their life. I love it. It makes me feel successful if somebody else becomes successful because of something I did. That's a beautiful thing. Helping them to live a dynamic life after the military, help them to continue to live the Army values. That's beautiful. So helping somebody to really transition into a civilian life where they're pursuing their happiness. And, oh, a nice statement from James, we cannot take it with us, so we must pass it on. Absolutely. So I love your messages. That's your message. I'm here to make a difference in your life, and I can help you do it. And now to craft this statement even more, because we got it so well here. Okay, let me. So I want you to realize that when you're helping people, you're helping people do X so that they can have Y. So I'm going to give you an example. For one coach, it might be I'm helping people to make a bigger impact, and I'm coaching people, so I help people through coaching so that they can have a better income, or I help people with my coaching so that they can have a better job or find a better job. So let's see. Leland says, mine is similar to all those that have already been said. I want to learn how to find that good in others that for some reason was not found in me. Helping others live their dream, helping others live their dream and not take a lifetime to get there. That's right. And you know, we can do this so quickly. I agree. Really, you can get right on the path to whatever it is you want right here and right now. This is your only point of power, and the future isn't it, and the past isn't it. It's only right here, right now that's going to make a difference. So I want to say kudos to all of you here on the class for showing up and getting the tools behind you to begin to make that difference. So all right. So let's say what I want to do is I want to role play with you all a little bit, but first I want to talk about getting your message right. So you need to be clear on what the outcome is for your clients when you've worked for them. And if if the outcome could be to live a dynamic life, just like is in James' sentence, live a dynamic life. I help people discover their purpose so that they can live a dynamic life, and I do that through my coaching business. So things like that. I want you to figure out what it is that you help people do so that they can have whatever they want. So I help people through the explore, discover phase so that they can design their perfect life. Now that's using some terminology from strategic thinking, right? Okay, so your messages are pretty good. I just want to see if you can turn them into, I help people do X so that they can have Y. I know what your Y is now, and this is part of your message. Part of your message is because I had to struggle and nobody really saw me or heard me or knew what, or even asked me what my passion was ever. I want to make sure that people get asked that question and get empowered to take steps to live it. So if that's your message, great, but you need to have your message and know what it is so that you can succinctly share your message with people. So you need to have that message. You want to have a blueprint of how it is that you're going to help these people. So you're going to help them to like list the problems that they have. Not motivated, sitting on the couch. So how do you help them with that? You help to find their why, right? So maybe that's your process. I help people find their why so I can solve this problem. So if you list out the problem that your clients have, where it's lack of motivation, lack of engagement, lack of direction, lack of planning, fear, whatever it is. I help people move from fear into passion. I help people move from not having a vision or knowing where to go or being apathetic to moving into energized and crystal clear and on a path. So whatever it is you help them with to create whatever it is, I want you to have that clear in your mind. And then I want you to have the blueprint of how you're going to help them. Now the blueprint is again, it's like the problems that you're solving, the outcome the problem, the new outcome, and then the tools that you'll use to help them get there. So if you looked at that as 3 columns on a sheet, like the problem, the solution, and the tools, that would be good. So now if you have your blueprint, which says how you're going to help somebody, that says I'm going to take here's the problem that people have. They don't know the steps to take to live a dynamic life. Okay, so those type of things. What problems are you going to solve? And the fact is, if you use a career development system, you have a system in front of you that you can take people through to help them. I believe it's a 30% increase on their income if they go through and get a credential. So that's like really great. If somebody doesn't have a credential and they go through the courses, a certified professional coach, negotiator, or leadership, they'll have a credential that will help them get a 30% increase on their income by earning that credential. And that's a statistic that's been independently researched. The career development system has helped 89% of the people that have gone through it to become employed at a job that they loved. That's a miracle for a lot of people. So maybe your audience or maybe people that you're working with are unemployed, and if they are, you have a system that you can take them through that will help them get employed or help them get an increase in their current compensation. So again, that's part of your blueprint or part of your strategy, how you're going to help them. So if you don't have, like I said, the problems and the solutions, then adopt the career development system, because the career development system has been proven to work. It's a huge market of people. Last I heard was a couple million people out of work, looking for work, and people honestly don't know how to do that for themselves. I was never out of work a day when I was consulting, not a day. But that's because I knew that I had to network consistently, stay in touch with all the people that I'd ever worked with ever. I'd invite them all to lunch, and we'd go out to lunch every so often so we could stay in touch. And because I kept my network strong, anytime I was before my job ended, always before, with I can always tell, you can tell when your job's about to wrap up, about 30 days before my job would wrap up, I'd reach out to all my connections and see what's going on out there and find out if any of them had an opportunity for me. And it works. That is one method that works, is using your network, staying in touch, finding out what's going on out there, and keeping your options open, noticing if your job's winding down, etc. Okay, so I'm going to recommend, how many of you feel that you have your solution or your problems, solutions, and tools already laid out? If you do, just go ahead and put a yes in the chat box. Okay, so I got just a few of you already have your problem solutions and tools. Okay, so what I want you to think about then, let's just for this class then, here's what I would like to do, is for those of you that don't have your problem solutions and tools, I want you to use the CDS system, which is a career development system, as your system to be your blueprint, because the blueprint's already been done, it's already been tested, it's already is known to work, and you have all the tools, and the career development system is laid out so simple in the membership area for you to follow through step by step. You can take a client through the career development system in our membership site step by step and have outstanding results. So the problem would be either unemployment or they need a raise. Your solution would be to get them a job or get them a raise, and the tools you have to use to do it are the CVI and the IE and the career development system. So just to give you another fact and tip here, recent research has estimated that within 5 years, 70% of new hires will be required to have a certified professional coach credential. Why? The CPC not only identifies an individual who has the ability to earn a graduate degree with 80% certainty. In other words, this gives business assurances that they can invest into that employee's higher education with confidence that they will succeed. That's great news, right? To know that if you get them through this one credential that they will have the confidence to go on and succeed at a university level. More importantly, with 70% of the new hiring being at the entry level over the next 3 years, organizations will require new hires to be able to ask the right question. So thinking about that, in 5 years, companies know that applied skills will be critical. And, you know, just happy to say that that's what you all are learning right now, is how to apply your skills. So, okay. So is everybody good with, and I want the people that did not say yes, that they already have their problems, solutions, and tools list. For those that did not, would you please go ahead and let me know, are you on board with using the career development system, the problem of being unemployed or needing an increase in finances? Are you on board with that? And I'm going to wait till I get, yes, I got one, yes, yes. Okay, good, good. Because the career development system works, so you might as well use it, and especially if you don't have your own, you know, your own blueprint, I'm going to call that, the problem solutions and tools. Okay, so right now we've decided we're going to use the career development system for the most part because there's only a few that have their own blueprint. And I think what I'd like to do is, what I want to do next is I want to go through the conversation where you're working with somebody and enrolling them. And it's really, you know what, here's something I want to say to you guys. This is not hard at all. So don't expect it to be some, you know, sometimes when you don't know something, it's like the unknown. And when you don't have the unknown, there's like, there can be a lot of fear wrapped around it. Like, oh, no, I don't know. So I don't know what's all up, and you know how I'm going to do this, and oh my God, I have to talk about money, and money can be a conversation that I don't even like to have with myself. So you know, so there's a lot of fears that can come up when it comes to talking to somebody, enrolling them, and getting them to commit to being to paying you money, right? And I know there's a lot of, you know, our own personal struggles that we have with that too. So I think that it's really great that we're getting to this conversation. It's not hard. That's the other thing that I just really, really need to emphasize and let you know. So once you have your client in front of you, the first conversation is really easy. It's about somebody asking you, you know, so what do you do? And you respond with one of the answers that I got here. I want people to live with passion. And so I help them find their joy. You know, that's okay. So someone's going to say, okay, so can you tell me more about that? How do you do that? You say, well, I actually am a life coach, and I work with people to help them find their joy in life. And, well, how do you do that? Well, I just told you, I help them go discover how to find their joy in life, but, you know, it's a conversation. So if they say, you know, tell me more, your next response is, look, I have a process that I take people through, and it'll take about 45 minutes for me to go through that with you. I call it a strategy session. So I'd like to take you through a strategy session, but you know, not right here, not right now. So when is a good time for you to meet? And of course, you're going to need to have your calendar so that when they, you know, if they know when they can meet, you can get it on your calendar. So now you've just set up a 45-minute strategy session, and that's where you're going to actually do what I call inspire them to step into their greatness. Okay, so I want to ask any questions about the initial meeting. You've just met somebody for the first time. It could be at a party, it could be at the library, it could be at the grocery store, it could be anywhere. It could be walking down the hall, it could be in the lunchroom, it could be in a restaurant. You bumped into somebody and they've said, hey, what do you do? And you've told them that you are you help people live a dynamic life after the military, and I help them to continue to live the Army values. Do you know any people that were in the military? Okay, so now you've got them set up so that they are wanting to hear more. And when they want to hear more, you shift them to, I'd love to walk you through a strategy session. And you know what? It's complimentary, so you know, no reason why we shouldn't do that. When would work for you? It's going to take about 45 minutes. And so you set that session up. So now I want to just ask the question, if any of you have any questions about that. Do you feel comfortable about doing that? Because if you do, what I'd like to do now is go ahead and I want to unmute you all one by one and have you, I'm going to ask you, what do you do? And you are going to reply to me and tell me what you do. Okay? So let's just start at the top. CJ, I'm calling on you. Hi, CJ. It's really nice to meet you. Can you tell me, CJ, what do you do? CJ, you're unmuted.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I help people create a life that they love by helping them find a work-life balance.
Wow, that's great. How do you do that?
Well, I work with them to, I just lost it. I don't know.
So what you'd say is, well, I just told you I work with people to help them to find a life-work balance, and I actually do start with a strategy session. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, and it takes about 45 minutes. It's complimentary. Are you interested in scheduling one? Okay, so let's start over. So CJ, what do you do?
I help people create a life that they love by finding a work-life balance.
That's great. How do you do that?
Well, I start with a strategy session that lasts approximately 45 minutes. It's complimentary. Are you interested in scheduling one?
Absolutely. 45 minutes? When? That's my thought. Thank you, CJ. That was excellent. That's exactly what you want to do. And then when you get them into the 45-minute session, we'll cover that next. But that's perfect. Okay, Felix, you're next. Felix, what do you do? Felix, uh-oh, he's typing. Okay, I'm going to mute the typing. James, let's go with you next. I'm not sure which... Oh, Felix, your microphone is internal on your computer because I could hear you typing. So if you want to do this, just talk. Felix. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you, Felix. Just say hello. Okay, all right, so we won't do that. Felix, I'm going to put you on the spot. James, you're next, I think, or this is James, either one of you guys. I've unmuted.
Okay, we unmuted now.
Yeah.
Hi. Go ahead, Barbara. I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, James. So nice to meet you. What do you do?
Hi, Barbara. I help people live a dynamic life.
Nice. That's great. How do you do that?
What I do is we work with the veterans, and so when they try to get out of the military, it's different system that we are using so that they would want to join us. Matter of fact, let me tell you something about one of the things we do. We help with the CDS process. It's called Career Development System. We help people write a modern resume. You know, most people have a recruitment resume. They don't have modern resumes. Modern resume has been proven. And 90% of employers would. Oh.
Go ahead. I think I just muted so I was hearing an echo. Did I mute you, James? No.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I can still hear you. Okay, that's what it was. I was hearing an echo. There's two of you. Okay. Got it. Okay.
We help people live a dynamic life, and let me tell you how we do that. Man, I tell you, with Mr. Paul, one of the people that I work with, I'm telling you, man, he has a system. He did research on it and help people make a resume, modern resume, not that old resume, that recruitment resume, do an executive resume. And I'm telling you, that stuff will help you greatly in the future.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. So tell me more.
So we try to help you. Oh, matter of fact, it's different stages of this. We do recreation part of it. We do professional, and we do volunteer. And the one thing I got to tell you about is if you want to earn some COLA benefits, we have these 4 programs in the system. It's called, you be a certified professional life coach, certified professional leader coach, certified professional human resource associate, and the one that I love, certified professional negotiator.
Nice, nice. So how's that going to help me?
Oh, how that's going to help you? It's going to help. Two things I try to tell everybody is we can try to get your self-confidence and self-worth up. Once we get that up, you can go find any job you want to because you know you. You can brag on you, and you know what you can bring to the company. And also, with the IE system that we use, you can tell them about your soft skills, tell them about your leadership, tell them about the value you can bring to the company. And I'm telling you, that would help you in the future.
Oh, yeah, it sure would. It sure would help me in the future. I agree. So what's the next step, James?
Next step I'm going to do with you, I'm going to pass you off to Miss Claire. She's one of my partners, and she's the one who would go over the CDS process with you because I could do it, but, you know, I'll let her do her part of it also.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. So you know what? So you can say that. So what I'm going to do is set you up with a strategy session with Claire, and she's going to walk you through all the steps that's necessary to get you going. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. That was a great pitch. I could tell that you've been working on that. So kudos to you. Okay.
Yes,
thank you. All right. So next is James Abram. James, let me see if I can unmute you. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Hi. Good evening. How can I help you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hi, James. I was wondering if you could tell me, what do you do?
Well, I help people find the job and career that they will love. You know, many people work in jobs and have careers that they don't like. They're unhappy. That was me once, and I vowed that I would change that for myself, and now I'm working on others. Mm-hmm.
Wow, so you're working on others and helping them to have a better career? Is that what I heard?
Yes, yes. You know, people need a career that fits them, that fits their goals, that fits their passions, that fits their lifestyle, and also that feeds their soul. And many of us are not lucky enough to just drop into that. Sometimes we have to do a little research and find the career that really feeds our soul. And I help people do that.
Wow. So how do you do that?
Well, I've been exposed to a fantastic career development system, you know, that has fantastic results. It's been proven to really fit people where they want to be, and I have several other tools. that will help them discover what their soft skills are and discover what type of player they are in the workforce. And I could explain this to you, but it would take a little bit of time. Would you be interested in a free, I mean really free, complimentary 45-minute session where we can explore the options for you?
Wow. Yes, I would. I would love that. When? Okay, so I'm sold.
Fantastic. I have my schedule out now. We're going to need 45 minutes. So make it an hour because you may have a few questions about next steps and things. So I'm looking at my calendar and I'm free over the next 3 days at 2 p.m. How's that sound for you? Okay,
awesome. Great job. Great job. And folks, are we selling anything? You bet we are, but not for money right now. All we're doing is we're selling ourselves to make an appointment with them.
Yep.
So we can find out what they want, right? They're intrigued. They know what we do now. They know the impact that we can have on them. Are we selling ourselves? Yes. For money,
yes.
No. Okay, all we want is a 45-minute strategy appointment. Okay, yep. Awesome. Great job. Great job.
That was fun.
Okay, Joy. You are unmuted. Joy, what do you do? I'm not so sure Joy is at her desk right now, so we're going to slip over to Julius. What do you do? Oh, Mike's not working. Oh, bummer. Okay, Julius, we'll skip you too. Kathleen, I know your mic works.
Yeah, it does. Can you hear me okay?
I can. What do you do, Kathleen?
Well, I help people acknowledge the innate personal strengths that they develop through coping with trauma and crisis and illness and guide them to apply it to create, to tap into their own wisdom and create conscientious choices and confident solutions almost automatically in their daily life.
Wow.
And I can tell you more.
Yeah,
if you're interested with a free 45-minute consultation that I know you will come away feeling very enlightened.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful. When can we do that? Yeah,
we can do it. We can get your schedule out. I'm ready to schedule.
Thank you. That's great. So I like that you gave them the takeaway. So what you did was you added the takeaway. I have a complimentary 45-minute session where you're going to feel very enlightened when you're finished, or where you're going to have. What I'm going to do is help you crystallize your vision, so that you'll know exactly the direction that you're going, and that'll be your takeaway from our strategy session. You'll have a crystal clear vision of where you want to go, and. Yeah, how's that sound?
Excellent.
You said it. I love it. Thank you. Okay, Kathy, you're next. Let's see if Kathy has a microphone. Kathy, can you say hello and see if we can hear you? Okay. Let me skip Kathy. Leland, are you present? What do you do, Leland?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hear you great.
Well, what do I do? Let's see. Once upon a time. No, let's see here. My coaching is probably a lot different. I have never went out in the public yet to really try my skills. I've taken more of the holistic learning that I've gotten from the attributes of the CPC coaching class and use it at work. Whether I'm building somebody's confidence or somebody that's confident in trying to find one item or something, you know, for instance, somebody could sit in a classroom and maybe learn only one thing, and then they probably really don't want to be there, but then they find out they can learn one thing. I had a young man today. He's really sharp at his work. And we found one thing that he could probably look at. And it's like, okay, let's look at that. and then we went through all the other items just to make sure he's fresh at doing his process and his job, and you know, real confident guy and was easy to work with. Sometimes not as good with some. They're disappointed in their work, they're disappointed in their bosses, they're disappointed in different parts of it, and just trying to coach that from a point of being finding the high points in the day, you know, trying to find the good things in their day, and that they know there's really something valued in them and what they're doing for the company they work for.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes it works. I think this takes a lot of practice. I'm sure as our audience knows, it takes a lot of practice to learn how to be a good coach, and I think the value I get from that is just that, learning how to be a better person myself and helping others.
That's really interesting. So is it possible for us to have a coaching session or something?
Would you like a coaching session? No, it's
really
yeah,
like a strategy session with you, Leland.
Yeah, I need one. I think I need a little bit more coaching before I can get real confident and sure of my own, you know, what I'm doing here. And you know, Paul and you both know I'm very, very busy, and actually today I didn't feel well. I came home a little bit early so I could just get feeling better and then come to class. So.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, thank you for joining us, even though you're not feeling well. And
yeah, I'm okay.
If you decide that you want to, if you have a pitch that you want to do again, try it again, let me know. I'll unmute you again. Okay, here we go. So next is May. May, what do you do, May?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I help people to look forward to getting up every day and going to work.
Wow. You help people look forward to going to work? That's different. So tell me more about that.
Well, I have some tools that I use to help identify your strengths and your core values, and help you to fit those to a job that you will love going to every day and fit your passions.
Wow. Nice. So invite me to a strategy session.
Oh, I'm not very good at impromptu things.
It's okay. No, that was really, really good what you just did. The only thing that fell over was, so you know what I'd like to do, if you'd like to know how I do that, it would take me about 45 minutes. We'll crystallize a vision statement for you, or we'll crystallize your vision or your goals and your dreams, what you want your life to look like. It takes about 45 minutes, and it's complimentary. So would you like to have a session with me? How's that?
That sounds good.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Can you?
Well, I offer a complimentary strategy session that takes about 45 minutes, and found and help to identify exactly where you want to go, and then when would be a good time for you to meet.
Oh, perfect. There you go. You got it. So, yeah. Complimentary strategy session. Let's get your calendar. How about now?
That sounds great. I have my calendar right here. Let's set up a time and date right now.
Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's see if Martha let's see. Martha, can we hear you? Are you there? I'm going to say no to Martha. How about Stephen? Can you hear us? I mean, can we hear you? Say something. Oh, no microphone. Okay, got it. Okay. Actually, I think I heard something. You know what? Some people have microphones and they don't even know it. I thought I heard something move around on your desk, Stephen. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to pressure. No pressure. Okay. So, does everybody feel like they could confidently do that now? Here's what I do. Here's the impact I have, the results that I give you, and let's meet up for a strategy session. So basically it's, you know what I do is I help people live the life of your dreams. Really? How do you do that? Well, I just kind of told you I really help them live the life of their dreams. I just find out where, what their goals are, where they want to go, pretty much. Okay, so if you want to know more, I invite you to have a strategy session with me. It'll only take about 45 minutes, and it's complimentary. When would you like to do that? Boom. Sign them. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about that, or hesitation or fear or anything about inviting them to a strategy session? Just give me some feedback. No question, no questions, or here's my fear. Okay, I only got response from one person. I'm going to wait for two more at least. So everybody feels really confident then, and there's no fear that you could tell somebody, when somebody says to you, what do I do? Yeah, you are great, Kathleen. You got this down. Julius is saying, are these tools applicable to business or executives who are already successful in life but may have some issues at work? Absolutely. What issue? Name me the issue, Julius, and I'll help you work through that, what you'd want to say. I mean, is it an issue of getting to the next level in their career? I mean, that would be, then you're going to use the CDS, right? So, maybe your pitch would be, I work with executives that are stuck in their career and they want to go to the next level and they don't know how to get there. I help them get there. Really? Tell me more about that. How do you do that? Well, I just told you I work with them. How about we schedule a strategy session and we'll set up a plan for you moving forward in your life. In fact, we call that the MAP. It's about a mastery. Mastery, what do you want to master in your life? It's about autonomy, about, what do you want, not what has everybody else told you. And it's about your purpose, being on purpose in life. Would you like to know more about that? Great. I got a strategy session for you. It's only 45 minutes. Join me. Okay, so everybody feels good about that. I got actually only 2 people that feel good about that. So anybody else? I mean, it's like, okay, there's another yes. Okay, good. I mean, because this stuff, I know there's like a huge fear wrapped around it, talking to people. It's, oh my God, I got to talk to somebody. But it's really not that hard. It's a conversation. It's simple. It's like, yeah, I help people do this. Yeah, yes, and the practice is what makes it easier and easier and easier. And I suggest that you practice if you have a friend that will let you practice, or, worst case, if you have your dog to practice with, the dog won't be able to respond much, but at least you can. Here's the thing. You need to practice it so that you have it so good that it rolls off your tongue and it doesn't feel awkward. And you don't feel awkward saying it. So when you've said it that many times, it's just like, and this is kind of an extreme example, but it's just like a rape victim. When they first start talking about it, like, oh my God, it'll be that kind of thing. And then the second time they talk about it, there'll still be a few, but there'll be less. If by the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th or the 10th time they've told their story, it's like, yeah, this happened and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like all the energy is gone out of it. Okay? So right now we all have a lot of energy about saying what our purpose is, what our passion is, what our skills are, what our tools are, what we're going to do for somebody, how we're going to change their life for the better, right? There's a ton of energy around it and there's a nervousness around it. If you say it to somebody, could be your spouse or a friend, it doesn't matter. If you say it 10 times to them or 50 times, just say it to them however many times it takes you to feel comfortable saying it. That's practice. So I love that. Thank you very much, Joy, for that. Practice will take the edge off. Repetition will take the edge off of talking to somebody new, because you'll have it down. You'll have it down so well that you'll sound like James when I asked him, what do you do? He knew exactly what to say. He's already been, you can tell he's already been giving that pitch to people already, because it just came out so quickly and so succinctly. He knew exactly what he was doing. Okay, so that's enough on that. I'm glad that you all feel pretty good about being able to inspire somebody. So the whole thing is, I want to just go the points. One is to tell people what you do for them and what change that you're going to impact, so that the change that they're going to experience is important. I help people to live a dynamic life. That's the result. I help people to have a more, a better lifestyle. I help people to be more successful. I help people to advance their career. Okay, so all of those, whatever it is that you do, you need to have that down and down pat. And then you don't want to overburden the person that you're talking to with a lot of information at that time. You've already got their attention by telling them what you do, and they've asked for how do you do that. As soon as they've asked how do you do that, you've got them. Don't answer the question because it's too detailed, it's too much information, and you want them to want more. So you've told them what you do. I help people take their career to the next level. Really, how do you do that? Hey, look, I have this strategy session. It's complimentary. It's only 45 minutes. Why don't we sign up and I'll go over this session. In fact, when you come, I'm going to give you a gift. It'll just crystallize your vision of where you want to go. That's my gift to you, and we'll do it in a complimentary session. When can we meet? So it's that simple, okay? It's that simple. So knowing what you do, having the courage to say it, that's it. All right, so now you've got an appointment, right? Now you've got an appointment. So the next thing that you want to do is help them in the strategy session. You're going to take them through the strategy. You're going to find out what it is that they want to do. Where do they want to go? What is their inspiration? What is their why? And you know all these things. You'll also know, if you've worked with them to go through the IE and the CVI, you'll know what their core values are. You'll know what their soft skills strengths are. And naturally, they're going to be able to do the things that they have the strengths in. And if it's in alignment with the core values, it's all going to be good. So now you're asking them, what is it that you want to do? What is the vision that you have for yourself in this area? So it's whatever area that you're coaching in, right? And you're going to listen. This is where you're going to really listen. The first question I think you want to ask them is, first you're going to say, hey, you know what? It's great to see you, and I know that you came to this meeting because you were intrigued with what I do. What inspired you to come to this meeting? So the purpose of that question, okay, so if you wrote that down, great to see you. I know you came to this meeting because you were intrigued. What inspired you to come to this meeting? Okay? Okay, so I'm assuming everybody got that. Next, the reason you're doing that is because you want to know their why, right? What is their why? Why did they show up? They showed up and they had a reason. You want to know what it is so that you can come back to them. They're going to show up with a need, a have to, right? Or a desire, something that they want, or a problem that they have that you're going to help them solve. Okay? So you're going to, why did you come? You're going to find out why. All right? Then you're going to say, great. What I want to do here is help you to crystallize your vision. Tell me what your vision is. What do you want to create in your life? And this is where you are quiet and taking notes, okay? So you're listening to them. You're listening to what they want to create in life and how they want to see their life, okay? Then, after you've listened and listened and listened until they're done, what are you going to say? Tell me more about that. And then that'll help them to tell you more. So you can, now you want to even dig a little deeper. You can say, okay, so tell me personally, what do you want to do? And listen to everything there. So, and tell me financially, where are you? What do you want to do there? And listen to that. Okay, so you got those two questions. Personally, what do you want to do? Financially, what do you want to do? And you're listening to everything. Then you can, once you've listened to that, I want you to realize when you listen to this financially thing, you're going to realize that if you are using the career development system to coach people through to get, the statistics are in your favor with that. So that's really great. Okay, so now you've got them in a place where they've shared with you about their vision, they've shared with you their personal goals, they've shared with you where they are financially, and you've also asked them professionally, right? What is your vision professionally? And And now that you've asked, oh my gosh, hold on one moment. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you've got the three. They've answered the three questions for you. Personally, financially, professionally, they've shared with you their vision, where they want to go. So the next important question that you're going to write down is, what's your most important goal? What's your most important goal? Out of everything that you shared with me, what is your most important goal? Okay, so now they share with you their most important goal out of everything they've said to you, okay? The next question, and this is another really important question, is why? So write that one down. Because now you're finding out what their goal is and, most importantly, their why. So you're going to know how to motivate them. So now that you know the goal and you know the outcome that they're looking for, you want to be able to match what they're looking for to your solutions. Remember we said you start out with a strategy that, or the blueprint that has the problems, solutions, and tools? You want to match their goals with your solutions and tools. I hope that makes sense. James says, many veterans come to my office because they want a good resume so they can get a good job fast. Should I go through the whole CDS? That's a great question. I'm going to answer that in a little bit, James. Great question. Okay, so now you've got their most important goal and you've asked them why it's important to them. Now you're going to work on matching your blueprint to their goals and objectives. So when you are crystal clear on their goal, such as I want to do this because I'll get more free time to spend with my family, or my kids will have a better lifestyle than I did, or whatever their answer is, you've got that written down because you want to be able to feed it back to them. So you say, the key here is to get all the objections out of the way first so that you don't handle the objections at the end. The key is to get all of the objections out of the way first, and then when you get ready to ask the big question, then you're there, you're all set. Okay, so I want you to realize that this inspiring somebody to take action on their own bigger vision and dreams is something that it's in all of us. We want people to succeed. That's why we're here on this call, is to find out how do we get these people to step into their greatness, to live their vision, to take whatever risk is involved and step outside of their comfort zone and do this, okay? So these people are going to, because you're inspiring them to take action on their own bigger vision and dreams, and they will want to work with you because they want the transformation. And you're helping them to enroll in their bigger future that they really aren't sold on yet. They know they want it. It's inside of them. They've talked about it. In fact, they came to you on a session because they do have a vision and they do have a why, and they want to be here talking to you and finding out how they can get from A to B, because that's what you said you help people do, is get to A to B. So you're standing for someone's transformation when they can't stand for themselves yet, right? So isn't these steps are very, very important, okay? You want to find out what their fear is. Maybe they feel like they don't have enough information yet, or maybe they have cold feet, or maybe they're just scared, or there's something that's standing in the way, right? So it's time to start talking about the money conversation. And this is the way you can start it, and you can write this down too. Okay, now we've got to talk about money. And this can tend to be a challenging conversation, but it doesn't have to be. We can both jump in and express how we're feeling here. So let's get started to talk about how we can make this dream, this vision of yours happen. And this is what you want to listen for. The person who says, okay, how are we going to do that? That person is going to make it happen because they said how. And if the person says, well, if we do, that person is going to spend their whole lifetime hoping for a difference. They're talking in terms of if, okay? So how are we going to make that happen? That's what you want to hear. And when they say that, then you can say, you know, here's the things you need to address, or we need to address. What is this costing you? You can write this one down too. What is this costing you not to take action on your vision and your dreams? What is it costing you? Well, I don't have time with my family. I don't have enough time for this. I don't have enough money for that. You know, it's back to their list of comfort zone excuses, right? When we talk about in the coaching class, your deletions, distortions, and generalizations, that's when you're going to hear them right now. What's stopping you? What's really stopping you? I get that not enough time is one aspect, but there's another aspect, and write this one down. Maybe there's a secret fear that's holding you back. What would that be? Okay? Now you're getting real intimate with them. You're asking them to share about what their secret fear is. And you're getting them into a vulnerable place, and it allows you to really help them and serve them because they're in that vulnerable place. You're talking about things that can be very personal. But you know what? We all just want to be understood, right? So this conversation is for you to really hear them and to help them feel understood, okay? So now when they've told you what is the fear, whatever it is, you know, you say, well, you know what, we're going to help you get through that. And then that's when you can, you know, talk about the money conversation, right? Getting them to move towards their bigger dreams. You can say, so let's figure out how we can make it happen. And we already asked, what does it cost you not to take action? So maybe they say, you know, the things that it'll cost you, and then you say, you know what, okay, I understand that, but what's really stopping you? What's your secret fear? And they want to be heard and they want to be understood, okay? So there's two kinds of costs, right? There's an emotional cost, and there can be the dollar cost, right? Emotionally, they're not going to be living the life of their dreams, and that could be costing them financially, etc. And your time is just as valuable as their time, right? So I don't know what your packages are. We haven't talked about creating the package that you're going to offer them, but let's go and say it's based on the CDS, which is, say, 3 coaching sessions as you help walk them through the career development system. As you walk them through that, you can do that in several coaching sessions. When you do the coaching sessions with them, you're going to be holding them accountable to moving forward. So let's say your 3 coaching sessions, you want to charge, you know, and I don't know what you want to charge, but let's just say $200, okay? So you're charging $200 for the three coaching sessions, and that's how you're going to move them forward. So, you know, or maybe you're going to charge them $400, $395 or something. So know what your pricing is beforehand, and your pricing should be whatever you are comfortable charging. You know, you'll get comfortable with charging more when you get a full client roster and you can't take on any more clients. You go, well, actually, I could take on another client if I charge them more. It would be worth it. And that's when you start charging more, okay? So figure out what your price is, and that's when you're going to say, well, so this is costing you emotionally. This is costing you in financially as well. So what would you like? What is it worth to you to get this vision to come to fruition, and let them tell you what it's worth to them. And, you know, you might be talking to them about what their financial situation is, so you can ask them, how much can you afford to put towards this vision on a monthly basis? And if they give you a number, then you can say, because here's what I want to do. I need to know how much you're willing to invest in yourself, right? I need to know how much you're willing to invest in yourself so that I can figure out which one of my products or packages you fit into. In other words, you're going to fit whatever they can afford into a package that you've developed. Now, if you have a typically you want to have beforehand maybe 3 different packages that you offer. One would be maybe the CDS, one program, $400. I'll walk you through the CDS. It's $400. You'll end up with a resume and a resume that's going to land on the hiring authority's desk, a resume that's going to I'll say define who you are and what you're looking for, and will get you into a position that you'll end up loving and growing from. So what is that worth to you? Right? So you can have that package, can be the CDS. You can have a 6-month package. You can have a 1-year package. And depending on how much money they're willing to invest in themselves, you can recommend that they go into the 1 year, the 6-month, the 3-month, or the 1-month package. So let me ask now, how clear was that for everybody? Okay, I got pretty clear. Yay. Okay, so good stuff. So now what I'd like to do is unmute a couple of you again. Only this time I'm going to unmute 2 of you at the same time, and you're going to be with somebody in the strategy session, okay? So CJ, I'm going to unmute you, and James Abram, I'm going to unmute you, and we're going to have James, go to CJ's strategy session. So CJ, welcome James to your strategy session.
Hello, James. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. A little scared about what's going to happen next, though.
So, what made you decide to come to the strategy session today?
Well, you know, what you said really resonated with me. I've been thinking I need to make a change, and, you know, you just came at the right time, I guess. I'm really interested to see how you can help me.
Oh, that's great. So, what would you like to change? What do you want to do personally?
Well, I hate my job. I don't really feel I'm making a contribution at the company. I feel I'm just spinning my wheels. The job is unfulfilling. I mean, I really feel they pay me enough, but I'm just not happy. I think I should want to go to work and be happy at work, since I spend more time in the office than I do in my actual house.
So would you consider this your most important goal?
Yeah, it isn't money at this point in my career. I guess if I had to give it a word, it would be fulfillment. You know, feeling that I'm making a contribution.
Okay. So why is this important?
Well, because as I said, I spend most of my time there. I wanted to amount to something. I wanted to mean something. So I want my career to mean something.
So what is it costing you not to follow through?
Let's see. I guess it's costing me sleep. You know, a few sleepless nights, because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, you know, wondering how do I go from point A to point B. I know I need to make a change, and I'm trying not to get, trapped by the financial benefits of the job. So I just need the motivation to make that change.
Is it possible that there's a secret fear that's holding you back?
Let's see. You know, I want to make a change, but I don't want to fail. I don't want to make the wrong change and end up in a worse situation that I'm in now in terms of being unfulfilled. That's really what's keeping me up. You know, what is the right job move for me?
Okay, so what is it worth it to you to see this come true?
I think it's worth a lot. I mean, I don't know how much you charge, so I don't know, you know, how much I'm willing to pay. I think I'd like to hear some options. I know I want to do something about this, and I'm just looking for a little help here.
That was
Okay,
excellent.
I don't know what to do next.
Okay, that was excellent. Yeah, so what you do next, you say, well, I have several packages for you, James, and we'll just see which one fits, okay?
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, so then you can say, I have, you know, these are the packages that I have for you, and this is, you know, where do you see yourself fitting?
Okay, sorry. Okay, so I have several packages for you. Let's go over them and we'll see which one fits.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm more interested in the outcomes. So if you could tell me what I can expect to get out of these, that would be helpful too.
Okay.
All right. Well, so yeah, that would, okay, that's the detail of the package. So the different packages you'd want to say, well, you know, this, I have a month-long package that you know, involves 3 coaching sessions, and you know, I'm always available to you by email, and we'll be reviewing your resume and getting you all set so you're all confident to go out and get a new job. You'll know where you want to go, you'll know what you want to do, and you'll have a crystal clear vision of that. Does that work for you?
What else do you have?
I actually have packages that I've developed and I can't find my notes on them.
Oh my goodness.
So one of them was a month-long one.
Okay.
That would be it's $200 for the month, $50 a session. And it would be we would start off, it doesn't include this session, of course. We start off with the first session, and the first session is a little bit longer. It would be about an hour and a half. And that's when we will come up with your map, which will be the plan of action that we will take. And then the next 3 weeks will be working on implementing that plan.
Okay. Do you think, I mean, based on your experience, do your clients pick a new career in a month? Is that possible?
It's possible to get them on the right track to finding a career. The most popular package is the 3-month package, and I don't have my pricing in front of me because I don't know where my notes are.
Okay.
But it'll be a discounted per session.
Okay. Well, I'd like to hear more about that one. You know, just knowing where my head's at. I think I might need longer than a month. And
I also and I also have a 6-month package and a year package, and depending on how things go, you can upgrade at any point. If you feel that you want, after 2 or 3 months, you want to go longer, then we would just upgrade you, and in each package you get a less per session. So.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start with the 3-month package. I know a month isn't long enough, and 3 months might get me in the right direction. And because you have that upgrade option, I really won't be losing the 3 months. You know, it sounds like I can apply whatever we did in that period to the next level. So I'd like to find the cost for the 3-month package. That seems like something that would fit.
Nice. Good job, you guys. That was excellent. That was really excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. No, that was good practice, because I was like, oh, I have all of this written down. I don't have it on the top of my head yet. So it was good for me to get put on the spot like that.
Oh, great. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so now I would like, let's see, James, do you want to be the person conducting the strategy section? Do you want to try that?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to unmute Kathleen and see. Kathleen, are you there?
I am.
Okay, so James and Kathleen. James is going to be conducting the strategy session with you, Kathleen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Hi, Kathleen. Thanks for coming to this strategy session.
Thank you, James. I'm very excited to learn more about this program that you have.
Oh, great. Well, tell me, what about my little elevator speech inspired you to say yes to this session?
Well, I really have a challenge about getting focused on what steps I need to take. I'm kind of all over the place, and I try to evaluate multiple options, and I need help with getting focused.
Ah, okay.
So that's what touched me about your speech.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's a issue that many people have. You're not alone there. Tell me, why do you need this clearer focus? What are the things that are, you know, moving you to want deeper focus?
Well, I think that if I become focused on one task at a time, I will be more successful. And right now I have my hands in a lot of things, and I'm kind of jumping around back and forth, and my energy is kind of split all over the place. So I feel like I could be more successful if I have clarity and focus about what to do first, and to to get more honed in.
Oh, okay. Tell me, is this need for greater focus, is it personal, professional, or both? In which areas are you really looking for clarity?
It's a little of both. I really want to help women in the workplace, and in terms of their leadership, because I believe that women make less money because of their own consciousness. So if I can help define a message to attract women and teach them how to be more assertive and be more confident in their roles, I think that I can really help them. And but right now I'm writing a book, I'm doing learning, I'm doing a lot of different things, so I just have this big soup going on.
Okay. Okay.
So it is personal that I want to give back, because I've learned how to be strong in my approach to my work environment, but I want to help other people do that too.
Okay. Would you say that that's one of your main drivers now?
It really is. I mean, I talk about writing a book, I talk about speaking engagements, I talk about a lot of other things, but I really think that I need to get honed in on what it is that I can do first.
Ah, okay. Okay, well, let's see how we can help you reach those goals. I have several packages that you might be interested in. All of them will get you moving in the direction that it sounds like you want to go in. But they have different costs of course, and different time frames for completing the program. One is 3 months long, and that really helps you sketch out, you know, a plan of action. But I found through experience that many of my clients need a level of coaching after they map out a plan to help them stay on track. So we have a 6-month plan that adds some support services and gives you a few more skills. And then I have a 1-year program which just mostly nails it for everybody. What sounds like, which program do you think would fit you in terms of your time schedule?
Well, I would like to try the 3-month program, but is there a way to extend that if I find that we haven't really fully accomplished what I'm seeking to accomplish?
Yes, actually, I've broken the 1-year plan into modules, you know, and one module builds on the other module, so you can extend all the way up to the 1-year plan if necessary. And I think that really works for a lot of people because you basically, you know, instead of being locked in for a full year, you basically buy what you need, you know, to get you where you want to go. So,
well, it's also, I need to experience this and see how it applies in my life.
right. So the 6-month plan is definitely sounds like the best plan for you if we're starting off. And then if we need it, we can go to the 1-year plan. So when would you like to start?
Well, so how do I find out the cost of this?
Well, I can tell you now, and I have some information. I can email
Okay,
you.
hold on. I'm gonna stop.
Explain
Hold on, James.
plan.
James, wait. I want to back you up because one of the things that you
Yes.
did, you did great up into the money point. Okay, so you need to. Okay, so I don't know if you got the notes, but it's let's have a money conversation, right? This can tend to be challenging for some, but it doesn't have to be. We can both jump in and express how we're feeling. So you're letting them know that we're going to talk about money now, and you have a voice, so you can chip in and you can, you know. So what we're going to talk about is how we're going to make this happen, right? So tell me where you're at financially. Tell me what you can afford on a monthly basis so that I know which package to fit you into.
Okay.
So let's have a money conversation. Take it from there.
Okay. Well, you know, I have several plans that I think can get you in the direction you want to go here. Let's talk about money now. Tell me what you think you can afford on a monthly basis, and we'll see how that sizes up with the plans.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't have anything to compare with, but I suppose I could spend about $300 a month.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so,
you know,
so that way
that actually.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's great. You got her. She can spend $300 a month. You close it at $300. That's great. Done. All right. So
so the idea is to make them throw out the first number. Is that what it's saying?
Yes, because they're telling you what they can afford to spend. What makes sense to them. So at the $300, you go, great. For $300, I can get you into this package. $300 a month. You want to do it for 3 months? Great, done. And then, you know, if they go, well, but I also was thinking about la la la, and you go, oh, in that case, maybe you want to get into this package, and it's $600 a month. But you know that can come up. You know, once you've got them throwing out a number, you're done.
Okay.
Good
and
job.
Actually, once they throw out a number, then I can upsell them by telling them what services you get for $300, then tell them what services they get for $500.
Yep.
And maybe they'll pop for the $5.
That's right. You don't know what they're going to say yes to.
Gotcha.
I mean, right now they've already said, yeah, I can invest $300 myself. And then you can throw out your, okay, well, I think that would work with this package. I also have these other, 2 other packages. Where do you see yourself to invest, right?
Right. Perfect. I love it.
Awesome. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to ask if anybody has any questions about this process. Thank you so much, James, CJ, and Kathleen for being on this one. I really, really appreciate it. I want to ask if anybody has any questions about this process. We have 9 minutes left, and if somebody would like to go through it again, we just have to be a little bit faster. If somebody would like to have the time to practice, we can. If not, maybe somebody who took notes could go ahead and kind of read their notes, share about where it was going. Oh, you know what? I have to do one more thing first. If you're in the corporate world, you're not charging, right? So this is all a moot point as far as the charge. Everything else is still applicable. finding out where they want to go, what they want to do. You're going to be able to share the tools, get them thinking about what career. Let's say I'm in HR. I'm not a coach. I'm in HR, and I'm in the corporate world, and I'm interviewing a new employee, or somebody that's a potential employee, and there's so many departments and so many things that they could do with the company. First, you want to find out where their heart is and where their passion is and where do they want to be and what inspires them. So then you can start talking about the opportunities that you have. You're still working with them on their vision. You're still working with them and bringing them into looking at where they would best perform in the company. And if you've run the IE test and you've run the CBI test, you'll know what their soft skill strengths are, and you'll want to capitalize on that and get them working in an area that they feel strong in. So if you're interested in learning business to client or business to business engagement and networking, join us in November for these classes too. And December, again, those are going to be our Teach to Learn classes. But being able to create a map, no matter what kind of angle you're at here, is something that will help you do a couple things. One, you can leverage the SLA membership. I don't know if you all are aware, but you can go and log in and be an associate for no charge. Anybody can log in and be an associate. So you say, well, as one of the benefits, I can get you into my association for no charge, and there's a great tool in there called the IE for you. And we'll put some more things in that memberships in the association site, which is the free site for people to access. So that when you're giving that away, it can be a great thing that you're giving away for no charge. Oh, and guess what? As part of my coaching package, you get membership in the associate site on the Strategic Learning Alliance, and there's great tools in there that you can use. So, think about that. Like if these associates are really great, who knows? Maybe we'll give them access, give them a grant to have access to the full system. So with an employee, you want to find out if it's somebody that you're enrolling as an employee, you're still enrolling them. It's still an enrollment conversation, right? Even though you're not enrolling them into your coaching, you're still enrolling them into where you want them to work. So let's see. So definitely you can also help them with the map from the HR perspective. You can help them with the map, which will help them to get their work-life balance going. So these tools and this process are really important. And you know what, even if you're not enrolling a coaching client, taking them through that strategy session and finding out what's important to them, if you're going to you can pass that information along to their supervisor, just so you know this person is really motivated by, getting free time with the family. Hey, that's good news, right? Because now you can say, hey, if you can work extra on this Saturday or Friday, if you work an extra Saturday, I can give you a Friday and Saturday off, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday off next week. How's that sound? Right? So now you know how to motivate them. Because if it's about family time, give them more family time. Have it maybe work overtime a little bit, but give them some time off when you can have more time with his family. That kind of thing is good to know for anybody that's in a supervisory position, if you will. Okay, we've got 4 minutes to wrap up. I want to know if there's any questions. I'm glad that some of you enjoyed those demos, and again, thank you, CJ, Kathleen, and James. That was really helpful. Are there any other questions about this now that we've kind of been through it? Do you agree that it's not hard? Can I get an amen on that? This isn't a hard process. It's maybe really about asking the hard questions. And the hard question is, where are you financially? And you're helping them to, go ahead and get into a vulnerable position by saying, what are your fears? Thank you. A couple amens. Yes. So you've gotten to them to be vulnerable because you've asked them about their fears. What's the biggest thing holding you back? And then, okay, so I can help you with that. Now we're going to have the tough conversation or a money conversation, which we know is uncomfortable for a lot of people, but hey, we're both adults and we can express how we're feeling about this. I want to know how much you are willing and able to invest in yourself on a monthly basis to make this happen. And then you zip it and you listen and you do not speak until they speak. And if they say they want more information on your packages, say, well, I really need to know where you're at so that I know which package to present to you. Okay? You throw it back. Your coaches, you've been trained to respond with questions. So, and the same with if you're from the HR perspective, is you are at a great position because if they're enrolling and they're being hired to do something, just because they're hired, they've gotten coming in and they're looking for one position doesn't mean that they wouldn't be perfect for a position that they didn't apply for, but has an opening. And in that case, you can ask them what their passion is and see where it's in alignment for your company instead of in alignment for what they thought they should do when they got there. See, the thing is, people are told, yeah, you should go do this, or you should do that, or you should, and we're told the shoulds so many times that we go and do things that we have no idea why we're doing it. It's just somebody told us we should, and we didn't have our own plan. So when somebody comes in as a new hire and sits in the chair and says, okay, so I'm ready to get started, tell me what to do, and you're asking them questions like, well, what is your vision? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 2 years now? Then you're going to find out from them maybe there's a better spot for them within the company than they originally came in for. And what a blessing for both of you, because that person will stick around longer because they're in their passion, and they'll be a better employee because they'll be in a better position that's more suitable for them. Okay, all right. I didn't see any questions, but I did get a couple of 3 amens. Yay. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. The next session is next Thursday, and we will be answering any questions again about what happened. We're also going to be talking about networking and things that you can do to get out there and get yourself noticed. Where do I go? What do I do to get myself out there and get noticed? And if you're in HR and you want to join us, you can think about it in terms of, where do I go to find clients? Where do I go to let people know about the job opportunities that I have at my company? That type of thing. So, all right. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the material, and we will see you next week. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Thank you.